Assalamu alaikum. Now I would like to discuss about the amino acid metabolism. First of all, in amino acid metabolism, you have to consider that phenylalanine is converted phenylalanine is converted into tyrosine. Then ty- tyrosine is converted into homogentic acid. Then tyrosine is converted into homogentic acid. Then this homogentic acid is further converted into mallyl acetate. So first of all, phenylalanine is converted into tyrosine with the help of phenylalanine hydroxylase. With the help of phenylalanine hydroxylase, and in here tetrahydrobiopterin acts as a coenzyme. If there is deficiency of this phenylalanine hydroxylase, it will cause a disease named phenylketonuria (PKU). Then phenylalanine is converted into tyrosine. From tyrosine there is homogentic acid. From homogentic acid it is further converted into mallyl acetate with the help of homogentic oxidase. If there is deficiency of these enzymes, it will cause a disease known as alkaptonuria. Okay, now in PKU, that means phenylketonuria, you can remember the key points by just remembering this mnemonic, that in phenylketonuria there is MAD, that means microcephaly, there is a mental retardation, and there is musty odor or mousy odor, and there is avoid aspartame and diet low in phenylalanine and diet important in pregnancy. These are the important key points you have to remember regarding phenylketonuria. And for alkaptonuria, where there is an enzyme deficiency called homogentic oxidase, in alkaptonuria you can remember the features by DOA, DOA, that means dark urine, ochronosis, and arthritis. This is the three features you have to remember in case of alkaptonuria. That means dark urine, ochronosis. Dark urine usually happens when the patient pees at morning. They usually get this dark urine, and ochronosis is a blackening deposition around the cartilage. Okay, this tyrosine, from phenylalanine there is tyrosine. Tyrosine can be converted, tyrosine can convert into homogentic acid, and tyrosine can be converted into dopa. Tyrosine can be converted into dopa, and then dopa can be converted into dopamine, and then this dopamine can be converted into norepinephrine, and epinephrine. Okay, from tyrosine to dopa with the help of dopa decarboxylase. And dopa decarboxylase from tyrosine to dopa there is an enzyme called tyrosine hydroxylase, not dopa decarboxylase. Dopa decarboxylase, this should be here. From dopa to dopamine there is dopa decarboxylase, and these uh, can be blocked by carbidopa, and this carbidopa is a drug used in Parkinson's disease. In Parkinson's disease, along with levodopa, we should give carbidopa to uh, prevent the peripheral breakdown of dopamine. From tyrosine to dopa, there is an enzyme called tyrosine hydroxylase. Sorry, and pardon me for my mistake. From tyrosine to dopa, there is an enzyme called tyrosine hydroxylase, and in here tetrahydrobiopterin BH4 acts as a coenzyme. From tyrosine to dopa, there is an enzyme called tyrosine hydroxylase. From dopa to dopamine, there is dopa decarboxylase. From dopamine to norepinephrine, there is dopamine beta hydroxylase. There is dopamine beta hydroxylase, and vitamin C acts as a coenzyme, and norepinephrine is further converted into epinephrine with the help of phenyl ethanolamine N-methyl transferase. This is the most important enzyme, and this dopamine can be converted into homovalenic acid. Norepinephrine can be converted into normetanephrine, and epinephrine can be converted into metanephrine. And this metanephrine and normetanephrine can further converted into VMA, vinyl mandelic acid. VMA, vinyl mandelic acid. And this enzyme PNMT, this can be stimulated by cortisol. This PNMT can be stimulated by cortisol. And another thing, that tyrosine is converted into dopa, and tyrosine is converted into dopa. This dopa can be converted into dopamine, and this dopa can be converted into melanin also, melanin, with the help of tyrosinase enzyme. If there is deficiency of this tyrosinase enzyme, then it will cause albinism. And other you have to remember that leucine, valine, and isoleucine can be these leucine can be converted into acetyl-CoA, and valine, leucine can be converted into acetyl-CoA, and then this acetyl-CoA enters into the TCA cycle, and valine and isoleucine can be converted into propionyl-CoA. And in this step you need an enzyme called branch chain ketoacid dehydrogenase. If there is deficiency of this branch chain dehydrogenase, that will cause a disease called maple syrup urine disease. Maple syrup urine disease, the odor of the urine like maple syrup, and there is mental retardation there is mental retardation, there is abnormal muscle tone, there is mental retardation, there is abnormal muscle tone, and there is ketosis, coma, and death. And the other thing you have to remember that this propionyl CoA can further converted into methylmalonyl CoA. This propionyl CoA can be further converted into propionyl CoA is converted into methylmalonyl CoA with the help of propionyl CoA carboxylase. If there is a deficiency of this enzyme, it will cause propionic acidemia. Propionic acidemia. Propionic acidemia. If there is a deficiency of this enzyme, propionyl CoA carboxylase, it will cause propionic acidemia. And the other thing you have to remember that homocysteine can be converted into cystathione. Homocysteine is converted into cystathione. Homocysteine can be converted into cystathionine with the help of cystathionine synthase. And in here, vitamin B6 acts as a coenzyme. And if there is deficiency of these cystathione synthase, it will cause a disease called homocystinuria. In homocystinuria, there is increased homocysteine in the urine. There is osteoporosis, there is marfanoid habitus, there is ocular changes like downward and inward. Can you tell me what will happen in Marfan? In Marfan, there is upward and outward, and in homocystinuria, there is downward and inward eye movement. There is cardiovascular effect. There is kyphosis. And these are the features like increased homocysteine in the urine, ocular osteoporosis, marfanoid habitus, ocular changes, serious problem, kyphosis, intellectual disability, and fair complexion. These are the features of this homocystinuria. Okay, this is all about amino acid metabolism. Now I would like to discuss about cholesterol synthesis. In cholesterol synthesis, what you have to remember, this is very easy. Actually, we need only two enzymes for this cholesterol synthesis question, and that is cholesterol is for making of cholesterol we need acetyl CoA. Acetyl CoA is converted into acetoacetyl CoA. Acetyl CoA, and this acetoacetyl CoA is converted into HMG CoA. Acetoacetyl CoA is converted into HMG CoA with the help of HMG CoA. Acetoacetyl CoA is converted into HMG CoA with the help of HMG CoA synthase, and this synthase enzyme is used in here cholesterol synthesis, also in ketone body metabolism. But the difference is here that HMG CoA is converted into mevalonate, with the help of HMG CoA reductase. HMG CoA reductase. Then this mevalonate is converted into farnesyl inorganic phosphate, then squalene, then lanosterol, cholesterol, then lanosterol and cholesterol. Farnesyl, squalene, lanosterol, then this cholesterol. This cholesterol is the present in adrenals, ovary, testes, also in the liver as a bile acid, in the vitamin D. Okay, and what I am trying to say that this HMG CoA synthase is present in both ketone body metabolism and cholesterol synthesis, but HMG CoA reductase is present in cholesterol synthesis and HMG CoA lies in ketone production. HMG CoA lies, HMG CoA lias is present in ketone body metabolism, and you have to remember these two things. Okay, now I would like to talk on heme synthesis. In heme synthesis, what you have to remember that glycine plus succinyl CoA is converted into delta amino levulonic acid. This glycine plus succinyl CoA is converted into delta amino levulonic acid with the help of amino levulonic acid synthase. In here, B6 acts as a coenzyme, and this delta amino levulonic acid is further converted into porphobilinogen. Porphobilinogen with the help of delta amino levulonic acid dehydratase, and this can be blocked by this lead. So glycine plus succinyl CoA is converted into delta amino levulonic acid with the help of amino levulonic acid synthase, and in here vitamin C acts as a coenzyme, and from delta amino levulonic acid there is porphobilinogen with the help of amino levulonic acid dehydrogenase, and this can be suppressed by blocked by lead. Porphobilinogen is further converted into hydroxymethyl bilan. This hydroxymethyl bilan is converted into uroporphyrinogen, then coproporphyrinogen, then protoporphyrin 9, then ultimately heme is produced along with iron with the help of an enzyme called ferrochelatase. Okay, and these can be blocked by again lead. Okay, from porphobilinogen there is hydroxymethyl bilan with the help of porphobilinogen deaminase, and if there is deficiency of this enzyme it will cause AIP, acute intermittent porphyria, and this will happen in this system. And hydroxymethyl bilan is uroporphyrinogen is further converted into hydroxymethyl bilan is converted into uroporphyrinogen is further converted into coproporphyrinogen with the help of uroporphyrinogen decarboxylase. If there is deficiency of these enzymes it will cause PCT. porphyria cutanea tarda. In AIP, acute intermittent and sorry, okay, in AIP, that means acute intermittent porphyria. What will happen in acute intermittent porphyria? There is painful abdomen, there is port wine stain, there is port wine urine, there is no photosensitivity, no photosensitivity, there is a paranoia, there is paranoia, and never give barbiturate to this person, the person having AI, the acute intermittent porphyria. In PCT, porphyria cutanea tarda. In porphyria cutanea tarda, there is photosensitivity, there is photosensitivity, there is autosomal dominant photosensitivity, autosomal dominant. There is pigmentation, that is hyperpigmentation. It is exacerbated by alcohol and red brown to deep urine, and there is red brown to deep urine. There is red brown to deep urine. Okay, now I would like to discuss about iron transport. In iron transport, what will happen, that dietary ferric Fe3 plus with the help of vitamin C is converted into ferrous. Then this ferrous iron enters into the mucosa, and in here a gene is present called HFE gene. If there is mutation of HFE gene, it will cause mutation of HFA gene. Mutation of HFA gene will cause hemochromatosis. When there is mutation of this HFA gene, it will absorb iron more and more. Before, previously, our body will absorb near about 1 milligram of iron daily. On the other hand, if there is mutation in HFE gene, it will absorb iron 2 to 3 milligram or more a day, and these high amount of iron will deposit in different parts of the body, like goes to liver causing cirrhosis, like goes to pancreas causing diabetes mellitus, like goes to skin causing dermatitis, and that is how this hemochromatosis develops. Then these ferrous iron go entering into the mucosa. Then this ferrous again converted into ferric. Ferrous again converted into ferric with the help of this peroxidase or ceruloplasmin. Peroxidase, also known as ceruloplasmin. This ferrous is converted into ferric with the help of this ceruloplasmin. Then this ferric again goes to this ferric again converts into ferrous, and then ferrous, and then it can be converted into ferrous, and this ferric can goes into the bone and causing erythropoiesis, and that's how this iron metabolism goes. Now I would like to talk about urea cycle. The last thing I would like to discuss about urea cycle. What happens in urea cycle? Can you remember the urea cycle? In urea cycle, in urea cycle, there is carbon dioxide and ammonia is converted into carbamyl phosphate. Carbamyl phosphate. With the help of carbamyl phosphate synthase 1, and carbamyl phosphate is goes carbamyl phosphate uh, then this carbamyl phosphate from mitochondria enter into the cytoplasm and form citrulline. Then citrulline is converted into arginosuccinate is converted into arginine, ornithine, arginine and ornithine, and while it is converted from arginine to ornithine with the help of arginase, then they as a byproduct it gives this urea, and that's how this urea cycle works, and this urea goes to kidney and excretes from our body. This urea goes to the kidney and excretes from our body, and that is how this thing goes out from our body, and that is the way of that's how this urea cycle works. Another thing you have to remember that in carbamyl phosphate synthase 1 and in OTC deficiency, ornithine transcarbamylase deficiency, in CPS 1 there is in CPS there is hyperammonemia, and ornithine transcarbamylase deficiency there is hyperammonemia. The basic difference is there is no orotic acid. There is orotic presence of this orotic acid, and that is the basic difference of this thing, that there is presence of orotic acid. Inshallah you will be benefited.